Alright, so year 8, what we're doing is we're going to do a little video all about directed numbers. I know we started a little bit of this before, but we're going to recap a few elements. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to be using the number line from positive 10 down to negative 10, which that might help you. The first thing that we're going to be talking about are these rules, only for adding and subtracting directed numbers. So what we have is if we add a positive number, we're going up. If we add a negative number, we're going down. If we subtract a positive number, we're going down. And if we subtract a negative number, we're going up. So let's just have a go at a few worked examples of this. So let's just try this. 4 subtract negative 2. So here you can see we're subtracting a negative. So that means that we are going up. So we start at 4 and we go up 2. Start at 4, go up 2. The answer is going to be positive 6. Okay, let's try another one. Negative 2 plus negative 7. Are we going up or down? We're going down. So we start at negative 2 and we go down 7 places. Negative 2. We go down 7 places, we're going to end up at negative 9. Wonderful. Okay, let's just try this. Negative 4 subtract negative 3. Okay? Are we going up or down? Well, you can see we're going up. We're at negative 4 and we go up 3 places. Negative 1. Let's try another one of them. Negative 2 minus positive 5. So are we going up or down? You can see that we're going down. We start at negative 2 and we go down 5 places. Negative 7. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a few of these questions just for you, and then what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, have a go at them, and let's see if you can get the answer. I'll reveal the answers shortly after. So first, so I'll write down 5 and then you pause the video. We've done that one. Okay, so if you pause your video and work them out. Wonderful. So now you've worked them out. So this first one was a little bit of a cheeky one because ultimately it went right off our number line. So here we have, give yourself a big pat on the back if you wrote down negative 11. On this one, we start at 3, we go down, we're going down 5 places. Give yourself a big pat on the back if you got negative 2. This one here, negative 4, we're going up 8 places. Give yourself a big pat on the back if you got 4. Here, negative 1, we're going down 4 places. So that means we're at negative 5. And here, we're going up, negative 2, up 6. Well, that's going to take us to 4. Okay, so I'll just quickly check the video, make sure it's still recording. Yeah, still recording. You can see it all. Wonderful. Right. Okay, let's see how we can take this further. Well, the problem is sometimes we understand what we're doing, but the problem is sometimes it's in a different format. So we can see things like this. Negative 2 in brackets plus negative 3 in brackets. It's still the same principle. You can see that we are going down. We start at negative 2, go down 3 places, negative 5. So we shouldn't be perturbed when we see brackets. Don't worry about it. Okay, the other thing, we might see things like this. Negative 2, take away 3, subtract 3. Same thing. Think about it this way. Hey, I lose $2 I lose $3. How much have I lost? I've lost $5. If I've lost $5, I'm going to write -5. Okay. Likewise, I can put something like this. -1 plus 8. Okay, -1 plus 8. Same thing goes here. I lose $1, I find $8. I lose $1, I find $8. That's going to take me to $7. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to have some work set on MathSpace. And there might be some work, a little bit of work set from your book as well. And the great thing about your book is you can check the answers in the back as you go along. Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll actually look at how you got on from your MathSpace work. All right, so what else can we do with directed numbers? Well, we can use a little bit of BODMAS with directed numbers. Okay, so I'm going to write that down, BODMAS. So, let's just say, for example, we got this. 4 plus 8 divided by 2. Okay, we're just going to keep it simple at the moment. So you can see that we're going to do this first, which is 4, and we're going to plus 4. So the answer is going to be 8. Likewise, if I wrote this down, 2 plus 12 divided by 3. Well, what do we do first? We do the divide first. So likewise here, that's going to give us 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, right. Now, I get the feeling I've jumped the gun slightly. So what we're going to start to look at now is multiplying and dividing directed numbers. So when we multiply and divide directed numbers, if they're both positive, the answer's positive. If one's positive and the other one's negative, the answer's negative. If one's negative and the other one's positive, the answer's negative. And if they're both negative, the answer is positive. I'm just going to check we're still recording. Yeah, still recording. Wonderful. So now, let's just do a little bit of multiplying and dividing. Let's just keep these numbers nice and easy. So first of all, -2 times -5. Well, what's 2 5s? 10. 2 5s are 10. What's a negative multiplied by a negative? A positive. So the answer is positive 10. All right, let's try another one. Let's try this. -3 times positive 4. Well, what's 3 4s? 3 4s are 12. What's a negative times a positive? A negative multiplied by a positive is a negative, so it's going to be -12. All right, what about this? Positive 6 multiplied by -3. 6 3s? 18. A positive multiplied by a negative is a negative. All right, let's do some dividing. Let's do this. Let's do 24 divided by -8. 24 divided by -8. Hey, what's that 24? Is it positive or negative? Well, if I haven't mentioned what it is, we assume it's positive. So what's a positive divided by a negative? Positive divided by a negative is a negative. So how many times does 8 go into 24? 3. So we end up with -3. Wonderful. All right. Is there any other way that we can write 24 divided by -8? Sure, of course we can. We can write this. We could write 24 over -8. Okay, that's another way of saying what's 24 divided by -8. So again, we end up with -3. While we're on that, let's just try this. Let's try -28 divided by -7. Hey, what's a negative divided by a negative? A negative divided by a negative, or negative times positive, but in this case, a negative divided by a negative is positive, so we know the answer is positive. How many times does 7 go into 28? 4 times. So is the answer positive 4 or negative 4? The answer is positive 4. So we can put positive 4, or we can just write down 4 like that, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some questions up like this, and what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, and then I'll reveal the answers, and I want you to check your answers. Okay, so have a go at these questions. And one more. Okay, so just pause your video and work them out. And now I'll reveal the answers. Hopefully I'll get them right the first time. So, give yourself a big pat on the back if you got this one, 10. This one, negative 28. This one, negative 24. Let me just check that you can see the red. Yeah, that looks good. This one, negative 30. Okay, this one, 24. This one, negative 49. This one, negative 6. This one, 8 into 40, 5, a negative divided by negative is a positive, 5. This one, 9 into 36 is 4, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. How many times does 14 go into 28? Twice. A negative divided by a positive, negative 2. Wonderful. Okay, so that's a fair bit of directed numbers done. Okay, so, right, okay, so, I mean, why do we bother using directed numbers? Well, the reality is directed numbers, positive and negative numbers, are everywhere. Okay? So the first way that sometimes we get negative numbers is we start to use it in banking. So if, say, for example, we've got overdrawn, if I go to the cash point and I say I'm $400 overdrawn, does it mean I've got $400? No, I've got negative $400. Okay, I'm $400 overdrawn. Sometimes we might see people, or we might hear people talking about in the black, or in the red. Okay, in the black means if you're $400 in the black, that means you've got $400. However, if you're $400 in the red, that means you are negative $400. You're $400 overdrawn. Okay. Also, where else do we use positive and negative numbers? Well, temperature. Say, for example, whoa, we're coming up for, we'll be in winter in a few months, it might get down to negative 9 degrees centigrade. That's possible. Okay. Not in Frankston, but yeah, it's possible somewhere in Australia. So, one of the other things we might say, hey, if it's negative 9 degrees tonight, and in the morning the temperature is 5 degrees, so here's the temperature on a night, here's the temperature on a morning. What is the difference in temperature? Lots of people think, oh, negative 9, 5, negative 9, 4, in my head, yeah, it's 5 degrees difference. No, it's not. Temperature, we have to go all the way up from negative 9 to 0, then we have to go up another 4 more degrees to reach our daytime temperature. So effectively, we can say that our temperature difference is 13 degrees between night and day. That's another classic question in directed numbers. Okay. Now, where else could we use directed numbers? Well, you could have, say, for example, a submarine. A diver escapes from a submarine, and he's at 10 meters underwater. And meanwhile, there's a helicopter over looking for the diver, and the helicopter is 10 meters above water. What is the difference? The difference is a total of 20 meters in height. That's another classic example of directed numbers. So, let's go on. Let me just check we're still recording, then we're going to do a little bit of BODMAS. Wonderful. Okay, so let's do a little bit of BODMAS. So let's do this. -2 plus 5 multiplied by 4. Okay, so let's do this. What comes first? Multiply or addition? Well, obviously we're going to do multiply first. So this is going to give us -2, 5 times 4, positive 5 times 4 is 20. So that's going to be -2 plus 20. What is -2 plus 20? Don't say 22, because the answer is 18. Okay, right. Then we can do something a little bit harder. Let's just try this. -2 plus 4 multiplied by -7. Okay, so first of all now, we do positive 4 multiplied by -7. A positive multiplied by a negative is negative. So this is going to give us -2 minus, because this gives me -28, doesn't it? -28. Don't get drawn into that positive there. Okay, it's a -28. So now, what is -2? Subtract 28. Well, I lose $2. I lose $28. That's going to give me -$30. Wonderful. Okay, let's see what else we can do. Let's just try this. 5 plus 30 divided by -2 plus 7. Okay, so let's just have a look at this. What we're going to do first? We're going to do the divide first. So what are we dividing here? We're dividing positive 30 divided by -2. What's a positive divided by a negative? Negative. So let's rewrite this out. So we've got 5. These two divided together is -15. That's -15, isn't it? Plus 7. So now we can break this down into chunks. So what is 5 subtract 15? 5 subtract 15. If I'm at 5 and I go down 15 places, that's going to take me all the way down to -10. And then don't forget, I need to add 7. What's -10? Add 7. Well, -10, -10, add 7, -10. If I lose $10, but I win $7, is that going to take me down to -17? Of course not. It's going to take me up to -3. So there's my answer there. Okay, now one other thing is using powers with directed numbers. Right, this can be an absolute nightmare, and for one reason I'm going to also incorporate on Compass another video, which is all to do with using powers with directed numbers. Now this is pretty advanced, so if, say for example, you think I'm finding this really hard, some of you should be, because using powers with directed numbers is very challenging. So if you find the next question challenging, then what you need to do is you need to watch my other video, because it is hard work. So let's have a go at this. 6 minus 2 to the 3. Okay, so this is very hard indeed. So now I say 6 minus 2 to the 3. Well, what is -2 to the 3? Well, 2 to the 3 is 8. So this is going to give us 6 minus 8. What is 6 minus 8? Negative 2. Let's just try another one quickly. 4 minus 3 in brackets squared. Again, you're probably going to have to see my other video to answer this question. So 4 minus 3 squared, well, minus 3 squared in brackets is positive 9. So this is going to give me, oh, damn it, I should have put a plus there, sorry, that's a bad mistake. So this is 4 plus positive 9. Okay, again, you have to see the other video. So 4 plus positive 9, 13. Let's just try another one of them. Negative 2 plus minus 4 squared in brackets. So this is minus 2 plus minus 4 squared is positive 4. Sorry, positive 16. Okay, positive 16. So negative 2 plus positive 16 is going to give us 14. And I'm going to do that one again, but without the brackets. Negative 2 plus negative 4 squared. So 4 squared is 16. So it's negative 2 plus minus 16. So are we going up or are we going down? We can see that we're going down. So we start at negative 2. We go down 16 places. So that's going to take us to negative 18. Okay, again, when we use powers of directed numbers, it's probably beneficial for you to see my other video, which I'll make available for you. I've got plenty of other videos. If you Google Mr. Tweedale Maths, there's plenty of other videos up there. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll set some work from your, a little bit of work from your book, and there'll also be some work on MathSpace. Thank you.